Dawn stretches across the African savannah. In this calm, every bush and mound of earth may conceal a silent hunt. At the edge of a dry grassland, a caracal appears. Its black ears with long tufts make it one of the most cunning predators here. It does not rush in. The caracal pauses, observing, sniffing, and listening to every subtle movement around a burrow beneath a low shrub. Inside that burrow is a very young cub. The moment its mother leaves, even the safest shelter can turn into a deadly trap. And the opportunity comes quickly. The caracal approaches the entrance, lowers its body, then strikes with precision. Within seconds, it carries the cub away. But today's victim is not the offspring of a weak species. It is a honey badger cub, an animal known for its toughness, aggression, and near fearlessness. From inside the burrow, the mother badger emerges. She detects danger almost instantly. A brief moment of shock is quickly overtaken by her maternal instinct. Without hesitation, she bursts out and follows the kidnapper. For her, this is no longer a simple encounter. It is a battle to reclaim her own flesh and blood. Ahead, the caracal tries to move quickly with its prey. It knows that maintaining distance means keeping its advantage in speed and agility. But the honey badger is not an opponent that gives up easily. She presses forward, forcing the caracal to stop and turn back. The chase becomes a direct confrontation. Now, the distance between the two predators shrinks to just a few steps. The caracal growls softly in warning. The badger responds with a low, steady stance, ready to strike at any moment. Physically, the caracal is taller, faster, and capable of precise strikes, but the honey badger possesses thick skin, great endurance, and an unshakable fighting spirit. The first attack erupts beneath the trees. The caracal uses speed to push the badger back, while the badger closes in, biting and disrupting its rhythm. On the savannah, a second of hesitation can decide life or death. The caracal tries to stay in control, but the badger gives it no time to carry the cub any farther. Every step, every lunge, every snarl shares one purpose. The mother must reclaim her cub. It is a strength born from the instinct of motherhood in the wild. The battle grows more intense. The caracal changes direction constantly, leaping away, then counterattacking. It tries to exhaust its opponent before delivering a decisive blow. But the honey badger keeps advancing. Not graceful, not elegant, but highly effective. Each successful close encounter forces the caracal to lose its advantage. The cub lies at the center of the conflict. One small mistake from the predator is enough to create an opening for rescue, and the mother is waiting for that moment. The caracal begins to retreat in short bursts. It remains aggressive, but now must both hold its prey and defend itself from relentless attacks. For this hunting cat, a meal is not worth a serious injury. In the wild, being wounded can mean losing the ability to hunt, and sometimes losing life itself. The honey badger seems to understand this. She gives the caracal no rest, constantly applying pressure, forcing it to move, turn, and defend more than attack. The sunlight turns orange. Under the late afternoon glow, the battle enters a phase of endurance, where resilience matters more than explosive strength. The caracal remains sharp. It delivers quick strikes, trying to push the badger away. But as time passes, the psychological advantage shifts to the defender. The honey badger is injured, yet does not falter. For her, pain is not a signal to stop. It is simply the price of keeping her cub alive. Whenever the caracal tries to retreat in another direction, the mother closes in, blocks its path, and forces the fight to continue. This is where the honey badger is most dangerous. It does not need a perfect victory, only to make the predator lose its game. And that is beginning to happen. The caracal begins to hesitate. It still growls and postures, but longer pauses reveal that this hunt is no longer easy. On the dusty ground, the two animals circle each other like a coiled spring. Both know that one mistake can instantly change everything. And then it happens. The mother applies enough pressure that the caracal can no longer fight while holding the cub. Now it must choose, risk everything or protect itself. Survival instinct takes over. The caracal begins to abandon its ambition. It steps back, keeps its distance, watching, but its earlier confidence is gone. The mother immediately takes the opening, moves to her cub, and forms a living barrier with her own body. The rescue is nearly complete. The caracal lingers for a few final moments. It searches for a chance to strike again, but against such a relentless opponent, the cost is simply too high. Finally, the predator turns away. Not because it is entirely weaker, but because in the wild, knowing when to quit is sometimes the only way to survive. On the ground painted by sunset, the mother stays beside her cub. The battle has left its marks, but the most important thing remains. The cub still has a chance to grow. For the honey badger, aggression is not just instinct. It is the final armor of motherhood, a declaration that no predator can easily take her young. As the sun sets over the savannah, silence returns. But this encounter reminds us that in nature, a mother's love can turn even a small animal into the fiercest warrior. In the dry and sunny lands of Africa, life often begins in the places least seen. Underground, in a discreet cave, a honey badger family is entering the most fragile stage of their lives. Newly born babies are still pink, weak, and almost unable to protect themselves. At this moment, all their hopes lie in their mother, the source of milk, warmth, and the only shield against the outside world. But to raise her cubs, the mother badger cannot stay in the cave forever. It must constantly search for food, taking advantage of every source of energy it can find, including the sweet but dangerous honeycomb. Every time you leave the nest is a gamble. Outside, the ground is sunburnt, predators lurk, and food never comes easy. But her motherly instinct forced her to turn away, and then return. As time passed, the little bodies began to move more vigorously. They grow up thanks to mother's milk, patience, and countless silent trips that the mother has to make at the expense of her own strength. When their legs are stronger, the baby badgers begin to explore the world around the mouth of the cave. To them, everything is new. But for the mother, each of those first steps in life is when the danger begins to appear more clearly than ever. Now, the lesson of survival is no longer just about being nurtured. They must learn to follow their mother, recognize danger signals, and understand that on the prairie, being even a bit late can cost them a lot. High in the sky, a predator spotted an opportunity. The Varroa eagle, with amazingly sharp eyes, patiently observes every little movement of the badger family on the ground. When the distance is close enough, the descent begins. From above, speed turns the wings into a living arrow. Its target is not the experienced mother, but the even slower cubs. In just a moment, the quiet steppe turned into a battlefield. A cub is threatened, dust kicks up, and the mother badger's protective instincts kick in almost immediately. The honey badger may be much smaller than its aerial counterpart, but it possesses something that no wingspan can overwhelm: sheer recklessness when its offspring are in trouble. The mother rushed straight at the eagle, forcing the predator to switch from attack to defense. The two sides struggled in the dust, where every second of delay could decide the fate of the young. For the eagle, this should have been a quick grab. But for the mother badger, this is a battle with no option to retreat. It bites back, presses close, and doesn't give its opponent a chance to keep its advantage. Pressure from the ground caused the hunting owl to begin to deviate from the initial calculation. The youngster is freed, and the eagle now struggles to escape from an opponent who is tougher than it seems. As the dust gradually settled, the cost of the confrontation appeared on both sides. On the steppe, victory does not mean peace. It simply remains standing to continue living. The badger family escaped disaster, but the mother's life has not yet become easier. Protecting your children today does not mean tomorrow will be easier. In this place, danger always comes back in a different form. Leaving the scene, they continued their journey through dry land. The sky is wide, the ground is empty, and the road ahead seems to have no room for error. But the savannah has more than just predators from above. There are also species that live in groups, remember very quickly, and react violently when one of their members is in trouble. Another encounter occurred, this time with a group of baboons. With just one incident involving their young, the whole herd immediately goes into alert mode and pursues without mercy. Honey badgers are famous for their stubbornness, but in front of a large and closely connected group, lone bravery becomes an extremely disadvantageous fight. From many directions, the baboons pressed their small opponents into the middle of the siege. Warning sounds, chaotic footsteps, and crowd pressure made the space suddenly become tense and tense. Even when overwhelmed, honey badgers are not easily subdued. It continuously turned its head to fight back, trying to keep its distance and find an opening to escape amid the fury of the whole herd. But endurance also has limits. When facing many opponents at the same time, each successive attack gradually erodes the lone person's chance of survival. This is no longer a solo pursuit. It turned into a collective act of retaliation, where each member of the monkey group contributed to putting pressure on the isolated animal. In the wild, boldness sometimes helps a hunter find food, but that same boldness can push it into a situation where there is no way back. Amidst the dust and dirt, the balance has tilted too far. The honey badgers still resisted until the last moments, but the number and coordination of the baboons created an overwhelming advantage. That outcome was harsh, but completely in accordance with the rules here. On the steppe, courage is not always enough to exchange for life. From the small cave of the first days of life to the dusty battlefield of the journey's end, this story reiterates one constant truth. Nature has no favoritism. It only retains the most genuine moments of survival, then quietly lets everything continue to pass.